This conference will now be recorded. This
And in
conference
this
will now be
syllabus, we
recorded.
are going to focus on learning of SAP SD from scratch. Okay, I'll tell you what this syllabus is. Then we will come to individual. Okay, what are your expectations? How much percentile which your expectations are meeting? First, now you told me what you wanted. Then I will tell you what is there in this course content and how it is useful. And whatever topics are as a gap, we discuss on that later. So now about this course content is designed for teaching you the SAP SD, S4SD, obviously, from scratch. Okay, so now you both are familiar with SAP, but still, like we go with the basic in the sense like here we will be going to discuss and going to do the practicals for the implementation. So we'll take one implementation end to end. So when I say implementation, it's will go from scratch. Like we have to create organizational structure, then we have to create master data, transactional data, run the business processes. Everything will be done in this. Also, we'll go all the configurations. So it may be your item category determination, what is the significance of copy control, etc., etc. All the configurations will be also covered in detail. Plus, this training will be providing you the study materials for the certification. Will be providing you the sample questions for the certification, and this entire training will help you to appear for the certification. How to appear for the certification? What are the process? What are the steps? That also we will guide you for the certification purpose. In this training, we are focusing on the SD part in ECC, also SD part in S4HANA. So it's not like only learning SD, but also you should be aware of what is the difference between the ECC and S4. ECC is an older system, S4 is a new system. So we will teach you the SD part in SD part from both the systems. Okay, so what has been absolute, what is new in the S4, how the old one was working, that part also will be covered in the syllabus. So the entire training will be on the SD ECC plus SD S4, obviously, because some topics you should be aware of the ECC, what has been absolute in S4, that part also you should be aware of it. Now, this training will be also focusing on the Fury. Fury is a new application through which you can log in. For example, I'll just quickly show it's Fury. The way you log into the SAP using GUI. Similarly, Fury is another application through which you can log in and do the activities. For example, creating sales order, delivery, billing, you can do it. Fury, how to use the Fury? Okay, how to create a new app in the Fury, and what is the use of the Fury as a functional consultant? Suppose tomorrow you are going for interviews. So this, if you are S4 certified, obviously you should have a good experience on the Fury as well. So as a functional consultant, you should be aware of the Fury. There are few topics from the Fury which we will be covered. So what is the Fury? How the roles are created? What is the significance of roles? And what is the app? What is the app? And you should be also aware of how to create a new app without writing single line of code. That part also will be covering in the Fury. So along with the traditional GUI training, we will be focusing appropriately on the Fury as well. Appropriately on the Fury as well. Talking to the syllabus, okay, let it get logged in. We'll first quickly go through the syllabus. Syllabus initially we'll go with the introduction with the HANA first. What is a HANA? What is a HANA as a database? Then its introduction, and then we have a particular roadmap, and there is a activate technology method which is SAP has introduced, and what are different choices of the deployment, what is the on cloud, premises, hybrid, etc. Then what are the key innovations which are done in the S4 as compared to the ECC and Fury. This is the main this is a one section of the training which will be doing it. Along with that, basic SD course content will be obviously will be covering like enterprise structures, master data, what are the pre-sales activities, and this everything will be doing in the configurations. We have to do one implementation. All the configurations will be taught, all the master data creation, all the business process will be executed. What is the pre-sales? Okay, in the pre-sales we have inquiries, quotations. Then in the inquiries quotation, what are the document type, number ranges, the screen attribute, copy controls. Okay, all the in detail training will be provided. Along with that, we'll have a item categories, schedule line, copy control. That section in completion log. There are these are the important some of the important concepts will also be covered in detail. Then pricing, it's a very important topic we will be covering in detail. We have to run the scenarios, try different cases. I will share you the actual examples which are there in the companies. Okay, that part also we will cover in the pricing. Then there is a fast entry, product proposal, then different order types in the SD. Then we have a outline agreement concept, special business processes which are there. Then we'll be focusing on the delivery. That is nothing but the shipping process and billing process. Here, shipping and billing process, we are also going to do the configuration, and also we'll see the significance. Okay, what SAP has done the changes in the shipping and billing as well. Then credit management, there is a new concept in the credit management in the S4 that also we'll be going to see. And there are other basic topics like partner determination, text determination, output determination. Also, there is a new thing which will be covered in that. Will be covered in that. So this is a basic ECC. On top of that, these are just I have listed. There are many other business processes will be covering it. Will be covering it. On top of this one, along with this one, you will be focusing only on the once you are getting familiar with this entire stuff, you will be focusing on the delta areas as well. Delta area means we will be giving more focus at the end of the training on the topics which are new in the sense like which are new in S4HANA as compared to the ECC or which has been changed. So we have some additional sessions on those delta topics as well, which will be focusing on the difference between the ECC and S4. Whatever examination you are going to do appearing, it's will be on S4 only. It's a 1809 exam nation has been released, so we'll be covering. But for you, along with the 1809, whatever new changes are there in 1909, because the last one 1909 has been released, so our server is getting ready for 1909. We will be giving you the training on the topics which are newly released this month, last month. So on the 1909 topics which are newly added, those will also be covered in the training, because till our training will start and till it get concludes, our server will get ready, and then we will be able to give you the training on the topics which are newly added in the 1909 as well. So this is the course which we will be going through. Now, outside of this course, okay, this course I'm covering SD, okay, the delivery part, invoice part, sales part, yeah, we'll doing the configuration, master data, transactional data, certification will be helpful. Fury, we're going to focus more. Delta part between ECC and S4, that will also the main the use of this training, like you can go after completing the examination and training, you can go for the examinations. After completing the examination, you can get a search for the job as a SD consultant. Along with that, we'll be discussing on the migration topics. Migration is how the migration, what is a migration? Migration in the sense ECC to S4, we call it a migration. So what are the activities are involved in the migration? How to do the migration? What are the functional consultant tasks during the migration? That point also we will be discussing it. Coming to the Fury, basically Fury, this is how the Fury looks like, okay, in short. So basically it's different apps will be there, okay, and for example, say sales analytics, okay. These are, let me, okay, these are called as groups, and these are, there are no transactions here. We don't use transaction in the Fury, whereas in the GUI, here we use the transaction. So there are two ways how how a end user can log into the system. Now system, SAP GUI system or SAP Fury system. So any Fury or GUI you create order, it will be getting stored in the HANA database only. Okay, so Fury is like this. Okay, it's everything is based on the apps. Everything is based on apps. There are different kinds of apps also available in the Fury. Now, ECC is going to be absolute. Already they have stopped selling since couple of years. They have stopped selling. Everyone is going for S4. Slowly, existing customers are also getting migrated to S4. So S4 will be the future. Okay, there is obviously by 2025 the ECC will be phased out. So S4 will be used by all the customers. So learning S4 is very important. It will get benefited. You will get benefit of it obviously, and learning the difference between the ECC and S4 will also be helpful. That is also very important. Okay, so this is the standard syllabus, okay, which is designed based on the certification, based on our real-time experience, and during the training I'll be helping you how, what type of questions they will come. Also, you have to do your own practicals as well. I will be doing one scenario. I'll be helping you people if you get stuck somewhere. But if I'm going to run one end-to-end implementation, I expect that you people also do that homework. Okay, so that you will face some issues, and you will get a hands-on on it. Okay, get a hands-on. Okay, one or two topics out of this syllabus we can add it. We can add it, one or two topics. Okay, so till now, anyone has any questions on this one?
Yeah, Kishore.
Yes.
Yeah, first question is, I mean, this Fury app, is it basically primarily used by the end users, or is it also used for configurations?
Okay, it depends. Like configuration, very less. Okay, if it is a type of system is important. If your system is on premises, then very less configuration. If you are buying SAP cloud, okay, if you are renting the system from SAP itself, that is we call it as a SAP cloud, then you can do the configuration via Fury as well. Okay, so usually if your system is on premises or your system is on AWS, that is Amazon cloud, Amazon web service, then obviously its configuration will be done in the GUI. If your system is SAP cloud, then Fury can be used to do the configuration, entire configurations. Okay.
Okay, and will we be having access to the S4HANA system? And how will it work like? I mean, what period will be having the access, and Is it a full-time system, or like say, for example, in SAP ECC, it was IDS was there, wherein we can use all the we were able to use the entire usage of the system. So will it be similar for S4 HANA also?
Yes, yes. Naveen will give you the access. The duration of the access you can check with Naveen, but obviously it will be till the end of the class, or you can check the duration. But it will be just like IDAS. So just like ECC IDAS, we have S4 IDAS. Okay, so this is our demo
Okay.
system, the cloud system where you will get access. You can do all type of practicals in this one. Okay, you can do freely, just like IDAS. You can do.
So the cloud system and the on-premise system looks the same, or is it different? Like,
No, no, no. You don't get cloud. SAP, okay. SAP cloud, you don't get for practice like this. Okay. This is on-premise only. Okay. It's only written
okay,
here demo cloud. Okay. But it's on-premise only. SAP cloud, you don't get. Okay. It's only for like the you if you are authorized partners through which they are trying to sell the product, then only they will give some demo. Like for this, okay, the IDES kind of system, we have the IDES kind of system here, but this will be on-premise only. So the part of Fury which I am going to teach you, I will teach you some kind of configuration in the Fury and all the kind of reports, master data and transactional data. We will be going through the Fury as well. Some configurations will be there. We'll go with the Fury as well, but it's not fully available. So enterprise structure designing and other configuration you have to do in the GUI only.
okay. And this thing integrations, how will that work? Will we be also covering integrations?
See, the basic integration between the SDMM, SDFI, SDPP, that will be covering it. Okay, obviously that part, like when you run the scenarios and when you do, you have to cover the integration. So whatever SD integration we have with PP or FI or MM, we will be covering it.
Okay, and IDOCs, IDOCs
iDocs,
CDI.
iDocs, EDI, and your variant configuration is a separate module. So it's a separate module. Okay, AVC, advanced variant configuration. It's half of the SD module. Okay, so it doesn't come in the sales and distribution. Uh, Coming to the iDocs, we will go through the output management. Okay, we'll go through the output management. In the training, I can show you how to use what are the transactions of the iDocs. Okay, but from scratch, we can't design anything. But in the output, I will show you in the output how the iDocs triggers that we will show, because iDocs are used only during the output transmission. So in the outputs, I will show you. Basic, there are only 4 5 steps. We'll go through the iDocs as well if you want. No issue in that one.
Okay. And lastly, like, what is the duration of the course? I mean, how long will it take?
It depends. Like if you are doing only, you people are. So Prabhat, where are you? You are in India or UK?
No, currently I'm in Netherlands. I've come to visit my brother. And I'll be going back to India for getting the job. But I would prefer to do the certification here itself because it's cheaper here.
Okay. Now what is and Krishna, your time zone?
Hello.
Yeah. So you people are Krishna. What is your time zone?
See, I'm based out of Hyderabad.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
based out of
Okay. It depends usually. Suppose if you are doing only on the weekend, then it may take uh, around 2.5 months. Okay, because we have to do all the practical, so it may take around 2.5 months, but it will be less than 3. But frankly, based on the practicals, based on the question answers, so 2.5 months plus minus we can consider.
2.5 months. But I mean, what if it's a weekday thing? Like weekly, almost on a daily basis. Say,
So if you
Friday.
do it daily, then it may take less one. Okay, so if you do the daily, then it may take 2 months.
Okay, daily also like good 2 months it's going to take.
Yeah, because daily we can't take 2 hours. Okay, daily we usually take one
No,
hour
not
only.
2 hours. Okay, okay, that's understood. That's understood. Uh,
I think, I mean, I don't know, but I think it's better. I mean, if we do like weekly, I mean 5 days, that will be good. What do you think, Kishore?
No, you suggest your timings
I'm okay with that.
because
See, weekdays is okay with me.
yeah, but I need to check my schedule because my time zone is I am 2.5 hours ahead of India time. So what I suggest you convey your time zones and your convenience with Naveen. I will check with Naveen. Okay, I will just have a word with Naveen after that. So daily, if you want to have a daily, what are your best time? If you want to have on the weekends, what is your best time? Just convey it to the Naveen. I'll just have a word with him because I will check my schedule as well and I will let him know.
Okay, okay. And the materials that you'll be providing, will it be like covering the all the process and the things for SAP S4, or how is it like?
Yeah, the study material which we'll be providing is all the books. Okay, so all the ECC books, all the S4 books, and certification questions. So those books are more than sufficient for you to learn. It will cover everything.
Okay, I mean, I'm not actually interested in the ECC book because that I already have the material. But I'm more interested in the S4 part.
Yes. See, even if you go for certification, okay, the S4 certification is equal to ECC books plus S4 books. Okay,
Okay,
so the
okay,
new certification is not only for S4 books because S4 content is only 25%. If you compare the syllabus, it may 25 to 30. It depends from certification point of view. But when it comes to the training, we have to more give stress on the S4, the new things, how the new things will be adopted, how the old things can be replaced with the new things. So it takes time. But from certification point of view, 25% is new S4 books and 75% still you should be aware of the ECC books. So learning in S4 books, they have given only delta part. Delta part means they have given only what is the new. But suppose there are no changes. For example, material part, material master configuration. Suppose the configuration is no changes in the material master configuration, then you have to learn it from the old books only. The new books which the SAP has released, right? Those are delta books only. Okay, what new thing they have done. That's it. So as a consultant, we should be aware of the old plus new. That is the reason even in the training as well, we will obviously our training will be done only on the S4 system, but we have to learn everything. Okay, we have to learn everything. So there may be you people may feel that okay, this is there in the ECC as well. Oh yes, this is there in the ECC. This is it will be there in the S4 as well, because S4 is nothing but it's a ECC upgradation only, but we don't call it as an upgradation of the ECC. It's a new product obviously, but whatever is there in the ECC will be there in the S4, excluding some of the topics. Okay, so on top of that, S4 has been loaded with some new topics obviously. So we learn everything. We have to go with everything.
okay, okay, all right. Okay, just
Okay,
out of the blue, one
so
question.
coming, okay, out of your, okay, yeah, you were saying something. Okay, please continue.
I mean, just a question that I came through like a couple of days back, and I was wondering for the answer. In SAP S4HANA, like if you want to say create a new organization structure, and but it has to be created on the on the basis of the existing master data. Is it possible, and how it's done?
No, no. What's can you repeat your question?
I mean, if you want to create a new org structure
Mm-hmm.
in SD, S4 SD, if you want to
Mm-hmm.
create a new org structure on the basis of using the existing master data, how can we do it?
Using existing master data, you want to create new org structure.
Yeah.
But see, using existing master data, uh, you should creating org structure means you should know what is the sales area, you should know what is the company code, you should know what is the different uh, like sales organization, distribution channel, divisions, your shipping points. So that you can get it from the master data. If you have the master data, then you will know what are the sales areas, you know what is. So inside the master data, you will have these details. You have to use the details and you have to create the organizational structures, because all the master data are extended to the org structures. Okay, for example, you are selling a product. Suppose I'm, as Apple, I'm selling a product in India. So obviously while selling that particular product, I will use India sales area. I will be using India sales area. If so, India sales area is a one org structure. Similarly, if the same product is being sold in the US, then obviously that product has to be maintained for the US sales organization so that they can sell it. So obviously there is a second org structure, that is a US. So like that, maybe that, I don't know what is your background of this question, but this is my assumption, and this
No,
is how we can do that.
I mean, I was going through the questions of the 1809 this thing certification syllabus, and in that this was one of the questions. And by what you said just right now, I mean, I assume, I mean, like in ECC, what was happening was, I mean, if there is an existing org structure, you can just copy it and copy as and create a new one. So is that the
Correct.
way how you create it in S4 also? I mean, just click
Yes,
on select the existing master data and then go to copy as and do it.
yes. There is no change in that process. You can use that method. There is another, that's the way how we go for actual implementation. SAP Activity is another method where they can, just SAP has provided a faster way to do the implementation. But we use SAP Activate to create the org structures, to build a system, demo system initially. For that purpose, we use
Mhm.
SAP Activations. But you can, whatever you do in ECC, same is available here as well. You just read the what are the options they have given in the questions. So whenever SAP certification question, there will be also obviously it will be MCQ. So you will get the
Okay,
options as well. Yeah.
okay, okay. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Okay. So from your topics, like IDOC, okay, and the integration points also obviously will be covering it. All the SD, ECC, SD, S4, and certification will be helping you out. Only the AVC, batch management, those are not actually the topics part of the SD, because advanced variant configuration is separate module itself. Okay, it's not integration or a small topic. It's very big module. It's not big module just like SD, but it's module. It's separate module. So we have a separate kind of training for AVC, advanced variant configuration.
Okay, okay.
Okay, then if no questions, we'll stop for the day. Maybe you can just convey your timings to the, I mean, along with the daily timing, what is a flexible one, because and it's a weekend, if what is the convenient timing you people can do. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. If you have any questions, let me know. And the syllabus, you will get it from the Naveen. And not don't worry about the books, study materials. We'll provide you all the things. And quality of the training, also not to worry. Okay, till your concepts are clear, we will help you out. But it's like to and fro in the sense like whatever I am training on, maybe we do daily or maybe we doing it weekend. I expect that you people also do the practicals, because if you do practicals, then it's you will be sync. If you don't do the practicals, you just attend the trainings, then it's not helpful. So you need to have some time allocated for your practicals as well. Okay, so you have to do your own, like you have to do the practice whatever we do in the class. Obviously, you have to go home and do some practice on that one as well.
Right, right, right.
Okay, so if no question, then I'll stop for the day. You can just let Naveen know. Okay.
Right. Sure, Kishore.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Hello.
Krishna. Krishna, you
Hello.
have
Hi,
any
hi,
doubt?
Kishore. Yeah, Kishore, actually, I joined the session lately, so I just wanted to know, like, I want to go for the certification of S4HANA.
Is it Krishna or may I know who's this?
Umesh. This is Umesh.
Umesh. Okay, so yes, Umesh, what is your background?
I am a SAP SD consultant, and I have
Okay.
already done the certification of ECC 6.0.
Okay.
So means I am not able to understand like how this S4 HANA certification will be beneficial to me, and what difference it will bring me. Yeah, obviously I can understand like S4 HANA is the new or advanced to ECC 6.0, but means is it important for me to go for the certification, or just to gain the knowledge of S4 HANA will be enough?
Okay. So you are apparently in India now, or where are you located now?
Sorry, your voice is breaking. What I am looking for, you said like, right?
No, your voice is a little breaking. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah, hello,
Okay.
Kishore.
So, okay. First thing, okay, answering to this whatever demo today was there, it was more of for the people who wanted to learn the SD from scratch. You already know the SD, you are a SD consultant, so you have to just
Yes.
attend the Delta training. Don't attend this training because this is not helpful for you, because this is for the people who which are wanted to learn
Beginning.
SD from scratch. Yes. So for you, you are
Yes,
already a SD consultant with so many years of experience. Then
right.
only Delta training. Doing certification or not, it's option because you are already ECC certified. But if you want to do the S4 certification, you can go for the S4 certification. And if you want to just learn SD Delta topics, we call it as a Delta training. So there we will
Yes,
be focusing only on the new things which are there in the S4. Will not teach you anything related to the ECC, but only on the Delta parts.
yeah.
So maybe you can join Delta SD Delta training. Okay, you can check with Naveen. Are you with reference to Naveen?
No,
Uh,
yeah,
yes.
I guess I don't have a reference of Naveen.
Okay, then whose reference you have?
Uh,
Who shared you this link?
Expertsoft,
Correct.
ex
Yeah. Okay.
from, yeah,
Expertsoft. Yeah. Naveen, he's Expertsoft. Okay, you just
okay,
reply to them that you wanted to attend SD Delta trainings. Okay, so in the SD Delta training, we will teach you on the differences, the new things in the S4, and the certification guidance. You can go for the certification as well. It's very cheap nowadays, so you can appear for S4 certification as well. So it's up to
okay.
you. If you want
So,
to, you can attend the
yeah,
certification. Else you can ignore.
Kishore, like you are suggesting me like there is something uh, is for something in certification for Delta training as well.
Hello.
In the Delta training, we will be focusing what is new in S4HANA and what things has been added in S4 as compared to the ECC, and what things has been changed in S4 as compared to the ECC. So in the SD module, for example, credit management, output management, BP, business partner, changes in the pricing, changes in the availability
Foreign trade
control,
also.
changes in
Yeah.
the foreign trade obsession, all those topics which are impacted, okay, those will be covered in the Delta training. Now that training it will help you to certification as well. But remember, you don't have Delta certification. If you want to go for S4 SD certification, you have to learn, you have to go through the TSCM books as well, the old books. Along with that, you have to go with the
Okay.
new books as well. Okay, because there is no
Okay.
Delta training as such.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so sorry, there is no Delta certification as such. So certification you have to learn all again.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
understood. Means then it will be counted as another certification, means second certification of sales
For
and
you,
distribution, including S4HANA.
correct. So that will be a second certification. But for training, we will be
Mhm.
focusing only on the Delta part. Okay.
Yeah, and what is the duration for Delta sorry, training?
Delta, it doesn't take too much. It's takes only on the weekend. It will take around 1.5 month max. Okay, but you can check the slots with Naveen. Okay, if you have any, if he has any new batches, you can check with him. Uh,
Okay.
but yeah, but that will be a separate only. It's a Delta.
Hello.
If
Okay,
it's only
and
weekend, it will take 1.5 month. Yeah, less than that or 1.5 month you can take.
Hello, Kisha.
okay.
Yes,
Kisha.
yes.
Kisha,
Who is
can you
this?
hear me? This is Chaitanya. I've been trying to call you, but somehow I think the audible was not getting through to you. I
You're
wanted to ask about. Hello, I'm Krishna.
no. Who's this? Chaitanya or Krishna?
Krishna Chaitanya. I'm Krishna Chaitanya.
Okay, Krishna Shekhar. 1 second. Okay, Umesh, do you have any questions?
No, I'm okay. I will contact Naveen then.
Yes, you contact the Naveen. He
Yeah.
will. Yeah, yeah. Krishna
Yeah.
Shekhar, tell me. It's
Thanks.
your.
Actually, I was having a couple of doubts. I mean, I could reach out to, I mean, there was some audio issue actually. See, I
Okay, yeah.
just
Tell
wanted
me.
to understand. One thing is, what the way you told me, it is like for certification, it is, I mean, 70, 35% is ECC based and the balance is the HANA part, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, the way you will teach us, I mean, will that be in a similar line or how will that be?
Okay, so the way we will be teaching is like we will be covering the ECC part. Also, we'll be covering the S4 parts. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay,
yes, both part. Since we are going from the scratch, I will teach you everything. Okay, so
okay,
yeah, so the Prabhat and you, I will teach you everything.
okay. And any help with regarding to, kind of the way the CV and all is to be, prepared and all? Any help? Can you help me out with that? I mean, would that be
Which
possible?
one? The
The
way?
way CV has to be, CV, sir, I mean, CV, resume.
Oh, okay, okay. CV. Okay, no issue. The resume. What part? Okay, for resume preparation, interview preparation, I will help you. That is no issue in that one. We will help you.
And any normal question bank kind of a thing you have, I mean, like the frequently asked questions in the interviews, I mean, how things work out, I mean, for the interviews and all.
Yes, we have to do some mock interviews. Once you are ready, then we will do mock interview. Usually, once the candidate is ready, after the training is completed, we give some time for him to be prepared. Once he is ready, we will prepare the resumes and we do some mock interviews. Obviously.
Okay, okay. So, I mean, this was my, I mean, these were my main concerns. And, okay, and can you just tell us about yourself? I mean, would that be okay? I mean,
Ah, yeah, yeah, no, sure. No one asked me. Yeah, so actually, I should have introduced myself at the beginning. My name is Kishore. Okay, I've been in SAP for more than 10 plus years. I've been doing
okay,
training also more than 5 years or 6 years. When I've been doing training, and I do training in S4 MM, S4 SD, S4 variant configuration, material management, sales and distributions, and simple logistics. So I do training. This training is my part time only because I usually work Monday to Friday and mostly Saturday Sunday we do this training as a part time.
okay,
So I do individual like I have some candidates from Naveen Expertsoft. So we do have one batch. Each model we usually do one batch and we train it. So also I have done many corporate trainings. I have done implementations in S4. I have done implementation in ECC, in MM module, in SD modules. Okay. So I worked
okay.
in the ABAP as well. So this is overall what I have experience. Yeah.
Okay, and any mind, I mean, basic logistics part will be a part of this module, or it's purely like SD only?
See, logistics, when you say logistics, SD, these are all part of the logistics. So, uh, what is your terminology logistics?
I
Because
mean,
when you say
logistics,
logistics,
I mean, simple logistics kind of a thing, anything like that is there. I mean, I don't know
see,
because I
simple.
was while searching out, while I was searching on the internet, there were some modules where, I mean, there were some things where, I mean, some cases, I saw some simple logistics being part of the course also.
Yes, yes,
So
I will
just
tell you
wanted
what
to
is simple
understand that.
logistics. Yeah, simple logistic is nothing but it's a combination of different logistics models. Now, SD, PP, these are the important models. So when I
Yeah.
do, now I do simple logistic trainings. What I do,
Uh-huh.
the people who are exposure in SAP for 10 or 15 years, okay, they are having hands-on MM and SD. So for them, we give simple logistic training. In simple logistic training, what we do? we
Hmm.
teach them SD delta part. Okay, what is the new thing in the SD? What is the new thing in MM? What is the new thing in the PP? That kind of
Okay.
training we call it as a simple logistics. So simple logistic is not a module. SD is the module. MM material management is the module. So such
Yes.
modules, what are those delta changes in those module? We call it as a simple logistic. Simple logistic is just a term coined by SAP initially to introduce the changes in the logistic model. Initially, when
Okay.
SAP launched the S4HANA, before that they launched the Simple Finance. Simple
Mhm.
Finance was only changes in the finance. Then later they wanted to launch the changes in SD, MM, so that coined the term called as Simple Logistics. In the Simple
Okay.
Logistic, the changes in SDMM, that part we teach to the experienced consultants. But there is no
Okay.
certification called as simple logistics. You will not get any certification called as simple logistics.
No, no, I understand, but just wanted to see if that is a part of this one. That's it.
Okay, okay.
Uh, so, I mean, that is from my. I mean, these were my main queries only.
Okay,
And
so
the
if
other thing is, just I mean, anyhow, you are already in the industry. Let's say, I mean, supposing for me with 13 years of work ex, like how is it going to be realistically? I mean, someone who has a good understanding of the supply chain functional part as well. So how do you see? I mean, what are the chances of me, kind of moving into the SAP side?
see there are two options you will get. You can try for the consultant. If you think the consultant area is too it's too late for you to be as a consultant, then you can go for supervisors. Okay, in many companies you will get opportunity. They needed people like who are having domain knowledge, plus they should have the SAP knowledge, good SAP knowledge. So
Okay.
we call it as a core IT team. So you can go for a core IT team as well. You will get a better opportunity in the core IT team as well.
Okay. But as said, there is no, I mean, will that hamper, I mean, is it a kind of impediment or still there is a good enough scope?
See, it depends on everything, on what is how are your skills, how your interview goes. Sometimes people suppose the company requires a good domain knowledge people along with the SAP experience, then you get a better opportunity. Some people just they needed only 2, 3 plus domain experience and little bit SAP knowledge. There, you will not get a good chance to get selected. So
Okay.
it depends on the requirement. Also, it depends on how is your interview. So both the cases. But frankly, it's never too late, okay, to jump into the SAP and to build a career. It's only like sometimes it may happen that initially joining you may get less pay what you are getting now. That may happen. That everywhere
Okay.
happens. Okay, it depends on the luck. When I joined the SAP, even I got less payment because I was working as a purchase engineer. So in purchase engineer, I was
Okay.
getting good
Okay.
payment. So when I jumped to the SAP, I joined as a trainee, and I was getting half of what I was getting. But still, it was only 2 years struggle. After 2 years, your salary was increasing like anything else. So it depends like how many steps you are going to take it backwards, and then how you move forward. But it's all again upon your determination. If you decide you want to do in this career, then yes, you can do it. And initially for 2, 3 years you may face that you are getting less salary, or you may face that this is not growing. But if you good,
Okay.
if your skills are good, you are delivering it good, then your increase in salary will be good.
Okay. Okay, Kishore. Got it.
Okay. Okay. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining. Okay. I'll before I wind up, anyone has any questions, or I'll just wind up then. Okay.
Yeah,
If you
no
have
questions,
anyone,
Kishan.
okay. Thanks. Thanks for joining and have a nice day.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a
We'll
lot.
see you.
Thanks a lot.